Yeah, let's get that music going. Posted out to social media. We are live. What's happening? I'm DigitMason. Thanks for stopping in. I'll be playing some Cook Serve Delicious today, as you've been listening to this whole time. Let's check it out. Hey, what's happening? Where did we leave off? Oh, here we go. We're on day 3 of our stream through this little game here. I've got some general management of my stream here, just before we actually get started. How's the audio? Are we sounding good? I know last time things were not working so great. I think I had just initially set things up just like way too quietly, so that's generally not a great idea. But you know, you live and learn. Alrighty. So we've got another day to do here at Sherry Soda Tower. I know last time I didn't really introduce the whole like how this all works, and I kind of skipped through a lot of the tutorial. I don't think I'm really going to go through that again, but I do want to kind of stop and show some of the stuff that we're working with before we actually get going here. So we'll be starting on day 3 of our restaurant, and already we've had burgers on our menu for just a little bit too long. So that little red icon there you can see indicates menu rot. So it's kind of a discouragement from keeping the same menu the entire time. If you can keep it fresh, then your customers will be happy. And I'm just looking at my money here. I don't think I really have enough if I was to purchase anything else. Let's just take a look at the prices. Oh no, I could probably afford at least one more thing. Maybe not some of the more pricey options, like down at the bottom here. Wine is kind of the most expensive thing to start out with. Pizza, steak. They do kind of sort them by like how much you could theoretically get from each of these items, and as you start out, there's kind of a bit of a significant upfront cost, and then from there you can work with it. So what am I going to go with? $1,500 to work with. I think lasagna is a pretty good option. I'm going to go with that. Put that one on there. And I'll try and make a habit of this, just so that I'm explaining some of what actually happens in this game, at least a little bit, just so you get a sense. Because a lot of times when I'm making foods, because I've played through this game quite a bit, I'll sort of just speed through it, and you maybe won't get a good sense of what's exactly happening here. So just to start, there's only one recipe for lasagna, and you have 4 different ingredients that you need to lay out. So it's pasta, sauce, cheese, parmesan, and then that whole thing again twice. Pasta, sauce, cheese, parmesan, pasta, sauce, cheese, parmesan. And it's really easy to do because it's like you're on my left thumbstick here. I'm going clockwise around 3 times, and there's no stopping. It's just up, right, down, left, up, right, down, left, and so you can just sort of spin the spin the trigger, and it works pretty well. And I'll spare you the waiting for that order, but that's how you do lasagna. It's very, very simple. Now, unfortunately, it is considered a bit of a fatty food as well, so that won't necessarily give us a whole lot of benefit. People still like it. It just does give you a bit of a, depending on what you've put on your menu, it can, if you combine too many fatty foods together, it sort of lowers your daily buzz. So like right now we're sitting at about 67%, which means it's a fairly healthy level. Like we'll probably see a fair amount of customers coming in for that. It's a bit of a vague number to try and grasp, but like it's anywhere from 0 to 100%, and so like 0 being like hardly anyone is showing up, and 100% being like it's insane. It's going to be busy most of your day, and it only goes up from there. But right now, because we're only starting out at a 0-star restaurant, there's not a whole lot you have to worry about necessarily. Yeah, so we took burgers off the menu and put lasagna in its place. What did I not explain last time? I'll just go through kind of the foods that I'm serving. Since I only have 4 to start out with, I think it's fairly simple to show that off. So I have to tenderize this chicken 6 times. Got a kind of a pattern. Group it into 3 just so that I remember how many times I've hit it. Because if you hit it less or more, then it'll become an average or bad order. And in order to get like a perfect day, or yeah, basically in order to do the best possible job throughout the day, it's pretty ideal to get everything right, because obviously the customer wants it right. Then you season it, cook it up. That's all there is to it. I'm gonna leave my official taste tester there for that. What else do I have on my menu here? Chicken. Okay, salad. I might be repeating myself from last time, but that's okay. So, and I can just scroll through these recipes. Right now I have 12 different recipes for what I can possibly make. So like, that's what people would request. So this first recipe, ranch, cheese, and bacon and croutons. So they sort of group each 2 different ingredients together: bacon and croutons, onions and peppers, mushrooms and tomatoes, and greens and carrots. So I remember the mnemonic, yeah, BOMG. So like that's kind of in a clockwise order. That, yeah, it'll be clockwise on the camera. So that's how you do that. And we can just kind of scroll through. Ranch and cheese is a much simpler option, and they would sometimes request other things as well. So like it can be any combination right now of the ingredient options that I have. So ranch, cheese, onions and peppers, all kinds of different salads we can make for our customers here. And that is not right. That is not right at all. You wanted greens and carrots, and I just autopiloted that one. So we'll just skip over that. Yeah, so it's a bunch of different combinations of those different ingredients, up to 12 different options. We might not see all of them, but that's essentially how salads work. And let's just go over drinks before we start. Soda fountain. Alright, so there's a bunch of different options here. Small cola with ice, that is the very first one. So X to put in those ice cubes. You need to put in the ice, and there's also later on in the game, when you upgrade soda, you can also put in a flavor blast. I'm not sure exactly what that would be, because like it doesn't say specifically what flavor it is. But yeah, so you put in your ice cubes, and then you have to move over to the correct the correct drink. This case, cola is already there, and then you can change your cup size, except you can't do that if you've already put in ice cubes. And in this case, I'm fine. I just put in that cola. That's exactly what he wanted. And we're good to go. Small grape with ice. Put in that ice. Grape. That's pretty much how that works. It's fairly simple. And it can go up. I think it can be upgraded once, which adds just a little bit more complexity to it. But otherwise, that is what that is. So I think for the most part, we really don't have enough money to buy most of this stuff. I might want to invest in that. Oh, actually, tip jars, which I already have. Okay. And everything else, I'm going to hold off on, I think. Just to keep things simple as we start. How are we looking over here? Are we streaming properly? Probably want to pause my game before that actually happens. Yeah. Let's go back to the game. Small water with ice. There you go. Greens and carrots. So yeah, there's kind of different times during the day. It starts at 9, goes till 10. 2 rush hours, 1 at lunch, and 1 at 6 o'clock. Oh, and it's raining today. I should have taken that into consideration. There's certain foods that people like everything on it. You've got a full salad there. See, isn't that so satisfying? I love making lasagna, especially the simplest recipe. 6, and there we go. And flush the toilet, because apparently nobody does that. Medium water with ice. There you go. Yeah, there's certain foods that are benefited through... I guess, like, you could say it's like favorites. Like, if people order them, or if it's on the menu while it's raining, those are like rain-friendly foods or something like that. So we're already into our rush hour here, and there's a lot happening. You gotta move quickly to make sure that everyone gets what they want. Yeah, it's all just... Oh yeah, I love that. Everyone wants just the most complicated salads. Lots of garbage to throw out. All those chores to take care of in the middle of the day. I didn't, I guess I didn't show off chores, which I could probably do. Ice and some tea. There you go. Just ranch and greens. Want to make sure I don't autopilot and put on cheese when they don't want it. So much flushing of the toilet, right? Like, how many customers have you had? And how many of them have flushed? 0. That's right. We've had a fair amount of customers. 27 good orders already. Make that 28. This, the music tracks in this game are fantastic. Large water. Goes from super chill and relaxing to the panic of going through rush hour. Oh yeah. It's still raining. It's gonna rain like all day. This is ridiculous. Oh, and I got a tip. $2 tip for, I think, I'm assuming for the chicken there. Yeah, I think what I'm gonna do is go through the chores after this day is over, at least, just to kind of show you what I'm up against. You might be catching on based on what you're seeing. But it's all happening so quickly, too. Even just getting used to playing this game, it can be, like, really, really nuts to start. Really simple menu and not a lot of... Like, you can see I've only have 4 possible orders along the side there. So, at one time, I can only have... Oh, no, it should be small. I can only have up to 4 customers. And, of course, that does also exclude, for example, if I have chores going. So, like, if theoretically there was a time when I had to do 4 chores all in a row, well, then I wouldn't be serving any customers and, obviously, not making any money. Did that one wrong. Shoot. And that one too. That's what happens when you start moving real quick. Rush hour. Oh yeah! Thumbs up for the salad that I made them, apparently. That they really liked. Cheese, onions, and peppers. Okay. All that garbage thrown out. So many chores to do, man. Dishes taking up all my time. Everything on it. Okay. Medium diet. Something not working here? How are we doing? Minor issues. What can I do to fix that? I'm not sure, actually. Huh. I probably don't need this. Google Chrome takes up so much. Let's go back here. All right. Sorry about that. Large cola, no ice. It's trying to trick you. You see the word ice, and you want to go ahead and give them ice. Well, it's not what they want. Ranch, cheese, onions, and peppers. So used to, let's give him that order. Almost done today. Closing in on 10 o'clock. Large tea with ice. Have a good evening, sir. Finished the day off. Only 2 average orders. 66 perfect. And otherwise pretty good. The issues I was having, I'm just seeing on my other screen here, YouTube is telling me that something about my stream wasn't like totally awesome. It might have been having a little bit of lag or something. Could be the internet connection, who knows. New item. I can purchase table snacks to keep my customers more patient. I think, yeah, more rain. More rain. Okay. Let's... $100 for table snacks. Keep people a little bit patient. I like it. What was I gonna do? Oh, yeah. Practice chores. I will be a robber. I won't do that one. So for dishes, wipe left, right, left, right, left, right. Next dish. What? Yeah. It's hard to explain it as it's going, but left, right, next, left, right, next, left, right, next. And there's like 5 dishes to do every single time. Lift trash, throw trash. And then sanitize your hands after the fact. It's not much to the chores. It's just like, it's an extra thing that you have to take care of during the day that ends up being like, it just takes up your attention. Now, I've come up with a handy way. I just kind of mash buttons when it's, especially on dishes. The rest of them I can kind of do fairly quickly. Flush and sanitize. There's a lot of dishes to do. So for if you're ever robbed... Hello, Brandon! Welcome to the stream. It's me, Digit. You know me. Maybe you don't. You probably don't. I'm a person. Bald. Okay, so you kind of have to go through this description of who has robbed your restaurant, and it takes up a lot of time usually. They give you all the descriptions of what this sketch should look like, but I always have a really hard time. Okay, crazy eyes, normal ears, normal nose, long lips, and wow, that is something. Justice! There we go. That's how that works. And I think that kind of yeah, that's all of the specifics of chores. So guy in the corner. I'm not sure what you mean. The guy in the corner is is not the guy who robbed me. You can kind of see the robber walk through. Maybe I don't know what you're talking about. Maybe I'm just the one that's confused in this situation. All right. Shall we move on to our next day? I think we should. Is there anything on my menu that's rotting? Yeah. Okay, so let's put burgers back on. It does drop my yeah, let's add another food, because that gives me a 5% drop in my buzz. So, which, I mean, if you think about it in terms of the strategy, the buzz translates into how many customers will be in your store, in your restaurant, and for each of them coming in, if there's a lot of them coming in, you can obviously make quite a bit of money. And essentially, if you're not making a lot of money, that's much like the real world. That's a very difficult way to progress. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Brandon was talking about me, but that I could just be completely narcissistic, and he was actually just referring to the little guy. little taste tester person who helps me out. There you go. So I was completely confused. I'm just getting all my ducks out of order here. All right, so I do want to add another food, and I think I probably have enough money for something else that would be good. Ideally, I would go with something that isn't fatty, necessarily. What do I like? You're right, it is. It's not about me. It is my stream, but I don't know what it's about if it's not about that. Let's go to specialty foods. These are some technically considered DLC, downloadable content added to the game. Just some more variety, some exotic options. They've got lobster on here, fried rice, banana Foster. A lot of these kind of foods I've actually never heard of in real life. That is kind of cool. What do I like? What do I like? Pancakes are pretty nice. Oh, except I need a 1-star. Ah, shoot! I can't do any of these foods until I reach a 1-star. So we're gonna have to stick to the standard stuff. How much money do I have right now? $1,300. Let's go with nachos. All right, and let's practice so you can see what that looks like. Guacamole, jalapeno, and tomato. So I've kind of made a mnemonic for this one as well. So queso, sour cream, I kind of go in order of how the ingredients are listed so I know what I'm looking at. Queso, sour cream, guacamole, olives, jalapenos, tomatoes, and onions. So I go QS, GOLJTO. That probably makes absolutely no sense. Something about it in my head sticks, so I don't necessarily have to look at the ingredients every single time, especially if I'm moving very, very quickly. I can just, we'll just serve that up for him. All right. Oh, so we do have a grill. Or let's actually just go back because I don't remember. You don't just start with a grill, right? Like, okay, yeah, I did purchase the grill, which is, I guess, the only way that I've been able to make burgers. That kind of makes sense. Okay, so, and unfortunately, now that I've just realized what I've done here, by putting nachos onto the menu, that actually doesn't help me because it's still considered a fatty food. So I've kind of just wasted my money in a sense. Oh, man. I don't really have enough money to get, like, anything else, though, other than, like, well, there's fried chicken, but that's no better than any other fatty foods here. Ice cream is, what is ice cream? Let's just go through these. So it's a staple food. It's good for catering, and it is good for rain, so that might be something to keep in mind. People will not order it during rush hours. Never tip. Well, it's ice cream. Why would you tip? Yeah, and it's a fatty food. In addition to making a lot of dishes. So that won't really help me. I'm probably spending a little bit more time on strategy here than I really need to. Let's just jump into the next day. Let's do this. Thanks so much, guys, for checking out the stream. Appreciate it. Hope you're having a good Saturday evening. Or if you're watching this after the fact. Whatever day, whenever you're watching it. Fantastic one of those. Have it. For ice cream? I'm trying to think where I could possibly go to get ice cream and tip. I feel like that wouldn't happen. I mean, I guess I could. It's just like, yeah. My opportunities for purchasing ice cream anyway don't usually warrant that. But tipping is good. I will agree with that. For service industry employees, they already aren't being paid a decent enough wage, but if you have the opportunity to throw in a bit of extra money, that is always very much appreciated on their end. I think it's just nice too. Oh man, sorry guys, I'm trying to I'm trying to keep up with this rush hour and read your comments. This is just not working. Doesn't help that the music is all panicky as well. Okay. You can tell when I go silent that it's like, that's like focus mode. QSGJO. Meat and tomatoes. What kind of burger is that? With ice. QSOLJTO. Boom. Ranch cheese. Yeah, I go into the zone here. Yeah. Fancier places with ice cream. There's definitely those. Like, if I'm just stopping off at, like, a beachfront ice cream place or, like, your standard Dairy Queen or whatever, I don't always feel the need. Like, I would never think to tip there. But that's just, like, more out of habit than anything else. Which is funny because, like, I've known people who've worked at those kind of fast food places that serve ice cream, and I'm like, this is already a super crappy situation most days. So, like, it would actually be really nice if I could tip them. Or if I would. Just never think of it. I'm a terrible person. The mix. Hey, hey. That's my favorite thing about this is, like, they're so happy. They finish their meal. You serve them their thing, and if they like it, they're like, oh, or like the guy will be like, hey, hey. I feel like I'd like to do that at some point. If I go to a restaurant and I like what they served, just like make some kind of weird noise. Like if they're, especially if the, if say the server's coming around and is like, how's everything tasting right now? I should just be like, hey, hey. See what they'd say. Oh man. Guttural noises are the appropriate appreciation for the enjoyment that I'm having from this food and drink. QS. Okay. Ground. I'm just thinking now, I didn't necessarily... Actually, I'm pretty sure. That's a lot of stuff. Triple burger. Never gone that route. That... You gotta be hungry at 6:30. And cheese yet. Guacamole, cheese, greens, carrots. Someone liked my food. Thumbs up. Oh yeah, and you actually get buzz for that. That's part of the benefit. It's not just like for fun that someone liked your food that you served them. Meat and lettuce, that's not... Nope, I screwed that one up. Bacon and cheese and triple patty. Oh boy. The jazz for your 8 o'clock. Come on down to Cook Serve Delicious. Dang it! That's the total wrong size. He didn't want small, he wanted large. Anyway, what I was just thinking, I didn't show the fact that you can sometimes grill meat and other times not. When people are wanting nachos. And in fact, there was someone who requested just a bowl of chips. I think at the, near the beginning of this day. Which is like, you don't even press anything. You just serve it immediately. And then we have this lumberjack buddy who just walks in right at the end of the day. Just like, yeah, I'll take some nachos. You guys serve nachos, right? Awesome. There we go. Love it. Love it a lot. All right, so we've still got a few... There's always the checklist it shows you at the end of the day. The things that you have to complete in order to become a 1-star restaurant. We've got another 15 days to go. So this, I don't want to stream too long each time. It's only my second stream, so I guess I have time to decide that. But yeah, and you need to make over $100 in tips. That'll probably take a little bit because I'm still serving foods that aren't super fantastic. And then also safety inspection. I think that will probably be happening fairly soon. I get 10% buzz for some meal that I made them. We're casting all 3-star chefs ready to take on a challenge. Iron Chef. That'll come later on in the game. That's just sort of a tease. Oh yeah, there you go. 5-day inspection. So I guess every 5 days. I didn't even know that. You learn something new every day. Every 5 days they come and check out your what that essentially means when you're going through a safety inspection is that all of the chores that you normally have to take care of are like a higher priority, like they will leave the screen quicker. So it's like it's more urgent to take care of those chores, but I've never had a huge issue with that. But anyway, I think that is going to be all for today. Hope you guys enjoyed. I've found it to be a super fun game, and I'm just trying stuff at this point. I'm just, you know, seeing how fun this can be, and it'll probably take a while to actually like get through the whole restaurant experience, and I'll try not to like spend a ton of time looking at every single option and all of that and blah blah blah. There's lots of stuff to look at, and don't want to waste too much time as we kind of go through it. But that is gonna do it for me for today. Thanks so much for checking out the stream, and have to do this again sometime. See you later.